Brighton won, Arsenal won. At the point like when you just know your team well, it's just like at this point, is it even a surprise? It's a poor result. We seem to draw a lot these days. This is actually, I believe, our ninth draw out of 20 league games. Yeah, and we know what's at stake and whatnot, but for some reason this team still tries to do the control thing and think things will fall in their favour. And wasting time, that's become a habit, right? The dark arts. The thing about dark arts is when you're using it actually has to work. When you look at how we've used the dark arts, let's see how that's worked out for us this season. So Yuri and Timber, obviously he wasn't available for this match, and his accumulation of yellow cards, came as a result of, wasted time. Because remember, Timber had been booked for wasted time. We've seen that even, today, Nwaneri got booked for wasting time, and Arteta actually hooked Nwaneri off, at half time, because he probably thought, oh no, Nwaneri on a yellow card, he might get a red card. Like, I mean, bro, yellow cards are part of the game. I mean, could he not trust Nwaneri to finish off, the second half, at least play a decent amount, 15 minutes maybe even? Like, just hooked him off at half time, even though Nwaneri, even I don't think he was great. He offered a great spark, and he scored the goal. And I would have loved to see him continue to the second half, but Arteta presses the panic button, takes him off. I thought Jorginho was extremely poor in the first half. Obviously, Odegaard wasn't starting today. He's been ill. And actually, I think Odegaard's downturn in form has coincided with the fact that, personally, he's just had a newborn baby, so lack of sleep and everything, I guess, really. But yeah, listen, if Odegaard is not available to play, you should have your options, right? Arteta's had, a lot of time to build the squad, a lot of resources and whatnot, so that's not even an excuse for me. Odegaard doesn't have to play every game. And we actually had to bring him on in this game because, it went to 1-1 all of a sudden, and, then we're scrambling to get the goal right. Well, at least that's what it felt like anyways. Now, before I get onto the negatives, which there are loads of, first, I'll give Ethan Nwaneri's credit. Obviously, today he got, another consecutive start. And, yeah, man, played on the right wing. Lofted ball from Marino, was running onto it, created an angle for himself, and tucked it away in the bottom bins. I was really happy to see him get his goal. I believe he's the youngest Arsenal player to score more than one goal under the age of 18, so big up Ethan. Like I said, he is definitely capable and shows promising signs, not just playing through the middle, but I think right wing, he's a viable option at the right wing right now, especially with Saka not the team. Obviously, we still need to go and do business in the January transfer window. That's non-negotiable. Even with the uptake of form that Jesus has had, even with Nwaneri doing bits, we know, bro, even in terms of one-sided, that might not even be enough. We might need two. And I'm not talking about the cheap options like the Colomboides or, even looking at Cunha. Cunha definitely would have been cheap, man. Cunha is a great player, don't get it twisted, but, I mean, stop putting square pegs around hole. Cunha's not a wide player, and he's not really a 9, so it's like, can we just get the 9? Can we just get like a Gyökeres? If we're getting a winger, can we just get the winger? Like, square pegs around holes, it's not the one, and Arteta seems to be very fond of that, and it's going to lead into my next point. So now, unfortunately, we've got to get into the negatives. So let me tell you something. In a football game, anything can happen, right? So the best thing you want to do is you want to have a comfortable buffer zone, right? To get, an element of control. But you know what this Arsenal team do? As soon as they score, and they're 1-0 up, I've never seen a team so lax, so, like, how do I say it? It's almost an air of arrogance. And this is from a team that haven't won any major honours. Like, how can a team become so lax and daisical, and they feel like, okay, we have possession, so we're in control, and because of the facts and the figures, we'll ultimately score another? It just doesn't work like that, honestly. And in the first half, Brighton were giving the ball away a lot, and we were competing with them. We're like, you're giving the ball away a lot, we'll give the ball away a lot too. And I'll tell you, he doesn't like changing things much. So as soon as we knew that Timber wasn't going to participate in the match, how did we all know it was going to be Party right back? And Parties are actually like the best midfielder, right? And he then has to go right back, and then that because of that, Jorginho has to come into the team, and Jorginho had a mare, and all of it. See, you just one position and everything just shifts. I think he might as well play Calafiori right back, and Tierney left back, or Skelly left back, and Calafiori right back. He could have tried that because we've seen Calafiori play at right back for a little spell, I believe. But yeah, I mean, like, wow. With this penalty specifically, I mean, it looks like a clash of heads, and Saliba actually touched the ball slightly before hitting João Pedro. It feels like it's a bit harsh. Anthony Taylor went a bit, gave the penalty away. But listen, I mean, on the other end, we be calling for it. I don't know, it's not a stonewall penalty for me, but yes, I guess I can see why people think it's a bit weird for it to be given as a penalty, but I'm not even thinking about this long term. I mean, that's neither here nor there. I think we just should have done our job, right? If we do our job and we get 2 goals, we win this match. Do you get where I'm coming from, right? And then all of a sudden we don't have to hyperfixate on things like this. But yeah, man, even the way this penalty happened was as a result of us playing like very, very, just disorganized, and the ball's just bumbling about. No one's got a hold of it. And, Gabriel's gone aggressive into the challenge, ball's bumbling about, and then Saliba is just, I don't know, I feel like he misjudged the flight of the ball clearly because he hit João Pedro. But yeah, man, João Pedro from the spot tucked the penalty in. All of a sudden, Odegaard has to come on the pitch, even though he's dealing with illness, emergency time. But even when we're chasing the game, it doesn't ever feel like we throw the kitchen sink. We always seem to go out for a whimper. Odegaard came on, he looked off it as well. I mean, he's been off it for the past couple of weeks or whatnot, but yeah, him coming on, it didn't add anything, right? Martinelli was playing right wing for the whole game, and there's times when Martinelli would do something cool, like earlier in the week, against Brentford, does his bits, great finisher, thinking, yeah, something to build on. And then today, I mean, that right wing performance, he's running into Carlos Belém and stuff, and I'm just like, any consistency, please? Jesus was never in the game. I mean, it didn't help that Marino wasn't connecting anything in the midfield. Jorginho was awful. Rice wasn't doing anything. So, I mean, in terms of the connection, I felt sorry for, like, Gabriel Jesus, right? No one was really connecting much. But also felt like Jesus should have had more of an onus in terms of being present, right? So, yeah, that was about it. But, I mean, you have to question this team's mentality. I mean, I think for me anyways, this summed up exactly what I was talking about, right? So I believe we got the throw in 95th minute, 50 seconds in or whatnot. Party's wasting time. He's wasting time instead of just throwing the ball out, someone launching it long for a last attack or whatever. He's literally running the clock down to say, we'll take the draw. And for me, this just showed everything in terms of the mentality. This is not a team that looks like they can win the title. I'm sorry. They don't look like they have the minerals to win the major honours. 1-0 down early on in the game, they're wasting time. And this is a team that haven't brought down any major honours. So I'm looking at it and I'm just like, what gives this team the right? What gives this team the right? If this is a team like a Man City that's doing this, guess what? They've got the works on the CV. This team has no works on the CV, and they're acting as if they're hot shots. I can't believe it. Once I saw this, I was like, yeah, it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. This team's not serious, man. This team's not serious, honestly. Like, when I saw Partey just shuffling with the throw, and I'm like, bro's not even gonna throw it. He's literally waiting. He's waiting till Anthony Taylor blows the whistle. I was like, yeah, I'm done with that. 10 seconds, you could have just thrown it. Someone launched it long. I don't know. Like, he just literally held onto it until the whistle blew. Crazy. That's it.